What is up, guys? It is Christ, and we are back with another video. This is going to be the start of the Dream Theater Systematic Chaos album reaction. So therefore, welcome back to Dream Theater Thursday. I did a poll because there was so many people asking for this. I did a poll asking if people wanted me to react to In the Presence of Enemies Part 1 and 2 together, or if they wanted me to check it out separately. And it was neck and neck, like literally the entire time. And then finally, the one where people wanted it to react to together ended up winning. So therefore, we're going to be checking out In the Presence of Enemies Part 1 and 2 at the end of the album reaction. That's probably going to be the final episode considering how long the songs are. So yeah, that's just a little bit of an update. So I guess the first song on the album that we're going to be reacting to is Forsaken. And I believe I've heard this one. If I haven't, oh well. I believe I've already reacted to this one, though. Although it was back when I first started the channel, and so I obviously wasn't doing that good of reactions back then, but we're going to be checking it out again today. And if I haven't, great, because it's new Dream Theater material, and I've been super excited. I do want to apologize. There hasn't been any videos the past few days. I was having some technical difficulties with the computer, and I didn't even know if I was going to be able to record this today. But everything looks stable. Hopefully nothing crashes or anything like that. So yeah, without further ado, let's check out what Forsaken's about. And it says, the second track of Dream Theater's 2007 album Systematic Chaos, and the second single from the album. Written by guitarist John Petrucci, Forsaken is about a man who seems to be dreaming about beautiful things, but in reality is being visited by a vampiress who proceeds to suck his blood the entire time. So that is pretty metal, if I do say so myself. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. By the way, I do want to announce, you guys loved the Mike Portnoy Wikipedia Fact or Fiction video. So I'm going to be doing more stuff. People requested that I do Name That Tune. And I think there's 2 or 3 of them out there. I want to start with the first one. So if you can, link me the first one down in the comment section below. And we're also going to be checking out John Petrucci's Wikipedia Fact or Fiction. It just came out, I think, like yesterday or the day before. So we're going to be reacting to that today. Keep your eyes out for that. So without further ado, let's check out Forsaken. Kind of got like a horror movie intro vibe going on right now. His voice is really good right here. I like it. Oh, there's the band members. The music video is weird. I really like the music video.
I waited painfully for not to fall again, trying to silence the fear within me.
She bit his wrist.
I felt a stinging kiss and saw a crimson stain on her lips.
Ugh.
I have to know your name. Where have I seen your face?
Is she turning him?
My dear one, got to be afraid. Forsaken, I have come for you tonight. Awaken,
I think my buddy Mike would love this.
look in my eyes and take my hand. Give yourself up to me. Take me far away. Close your eyes and hold your breath
She must have turned him because his eyes are red too.
to the ends of the earth.
Oh, what's happening? Get abducted by a spaceship. She's getting beamed up. Oh, I think she died. Oh, that sucks. Oh, that's sad. Wham! What a beautiful music video. I didn't expect that. I loved the hold on, I don't want it to play something else. I really loved the hand-drawn style for that music video. That was really, really cool. Really, dang it! I paused you. There we go. Dang, that music video was really cool. I really liked that. I don't believe I've heard that song before. I thought I did, but I didn't. Apparently, either that or I just don't remember it. Beautiful song. I really liked. It definitely had a more radio-friendly sound. I'm not gonna lie. However, I've told you guys time and time again that does not affect my opinion of a band in general or a song in general. I don't care if it's more geared towards being mainstream. That's perfectly fine for me when bands do that. I really enjoyed this song. This song was really good, and I think it was a really good way to start the album reaction off, even if In the Presence of Enemies was not here, even though I'm going to get tons of comments saying, oh, you should have heard In the Presence of Enemies like first. So we will be checking that out, but however, I think this is a really good start to the album. I really, really enjoyed Forsaken. Really enjoyed the music video and sort of the journey it took you on. And the story in the music video was really cool as well, too. Really enjoyed really enjoyed that. It was really cool. The music was, like I said, I think I heard one time signature change the entire song. And I think it went to like 3/4 or something like that, but I'm not really too like versed in like odd time signatures, but I believe it was 3/4, so you can correct me if I'm wrong. But other than that, there wasn't really a whole lot of like new stuff, and it definitely didn't push the envelope in terms of creativity. It was mainly designed to be a single to appeal to a wide variety of people. And with that being said, I thought that it was a really cool track. I really enjoyed the guitar solo. I really enjoyed the riffs that it had in the song. I really enjoyed just the more straightforward rock feel that it had to it. Um, and I've never really had a problem with Dream Theater like not doing different time signatures in songs. If they want to make songs that are in common time signatures, I would have no problem with that. But really enjoyed this song. It definitely had a more emotional feel to it. Um, Now it's like so the music is super solid. Really liked it. Um, let's look and see what the lyrics have to say. For a while I thought I fell asleep, lying motionless inside a dream. Then rising suddenly, I felt a chilling breath upon me. She whispered softly in my ear, and this is obviously about him thinking that he was sleeping, and then the vampire is like making herself known to him, I guess. Forsaken, I have come for you tonight. Awaken, look in my eyes, and take my hand. Give yourself up to me. I believe that this is the vampire telling him to let her drink his blood, or maybe she's compelling him to. I'm not sure. And it says, I waited painfully for night to fall again, trying to silence the fear within me. Out of the night and mist, I felt a stinging kiss and saw a crimson stain on her lips. So, in other words, he had this happen a previous night, and so he was waiting for it to happen again, whether he wanted it to or not. It was going to happen again. It says, I have to know your name. Where have I seen your face before? My dear one, don't you be afraid. So he's questioning that this vampire, he's seen them before. And then the chorus again. The bridge says, take me away, close your eyes and hold your breath to the ends of the earth. So they're obviously going on a journey together. This sort of mirrors the music video, which is really cool. I'm gonna have to show my buddy Mike this. He's gonna love this video. And then the guitar solo obviously was absolutely amazing. And then it has the chorus, but it has a couple of new lines. It says, Forsaken, fly away with me tonight. Awaken, renew my life. Now you are mine. Give yourself up to me. So there's a couple of new lines in there. Overall, this song was absolutely amazing. Really enjoyed it. And that's definitely surprising. Vampires are really a mythology that I really love. And I'm super happy that they have a song about this. Really cool. Really enjoyed that song. So the next song is one I have gotten tons and tons and tons of requests for. This is going to be Constant Motion. And I think I've had requests for this just about as long as I have been doing this channel. Or actually Dream Theater specifically. But yeah, we're going to be checking out Constant Motion. Let's see what Genius has to say about it. It says, it was first made available as a free download the same day by Roadrunner Records. I can't talk today. That's pretty cool. It could be found at Roadrunner Records Dream Theater sub website, available to download for the music video game Rock Band. Its working title was Korma Chameleon and was the second piece written. That's pretty cool. The song was accompanied by a music video, the first the band had produced in over a decade. Now, I could have sworn Forsaken just had a music video. Or was that not officially a Dream Theater one? I'm not sure. Either way, the music video was really cool. I wish you guys could have actually seen that on screen, because it was a really cool video. So yeah, I don't really know too much about the song. We're just going to get right into it. You can hear the bass really well right now.
Tunnel vision and running speed, controlling my thoughts, obsessing me. For the
little bit thrashy here. I love it. Oh my god. Channeling his inner James Hetfield. Excellent section by Jung Mayang. Oh, okay. Excellent guitar solo so far. Yes! Yes! Holy crap. I can see why you guys wanted me react to this song. Holy crap. This is about as thrash metal as I think I've ever heard them. Uh, this puts the majority of Train of Thought to shame. I'm not even going to lie. This was absolutely amazing. Holy crap. I kept getting reminded of Blackened by Metallica. Like, something about it just reminded me of that song, even though, like, it didn't sound stylistically similar to, it definitely had a really, really thrashy vibe to it, which I absolutely love. I love thrash metal, and so I was really, really happy and pleased with this song. Probably one of my favorites, and it's going to be tough to beat this one on the record. I'm going to tell you that right now. Also, what I do want to say about James LaBrie's voice is it definitely seems to be an improvement over Octavarium. I don't think his voice was necessarily the best in that album. However, there was a pretty big improvement over his voice in this record. The previous two songs I've heard, he definitely sounds a lot more steady. He's not quite as monotone, even though he did hit some very, very high notes and low notes in Octavarium. For the most part, he kind of stayed within a comfortable range. In this one, he's putting a lot more edge on his voice. And I really, really like this record so far. Forsaken and Constant Motion are absolutely amazing. This song, for very, very different reasons. This song had tons of insane, over-the-top, aggressive riffs, and I absolutely loved it to death. We got to talk about that guitar solo and keyboard solo, because holy crap, that Rudess definitely impressed me with. I've heard a lot of Rudess solos on keyboard, and this one definitely impressed me. I would say that this is probably in one of my favorites that he's ever done. He's done a lot of them, but I would say that this is definitely top 5, and that's saying a lot because I've heard close to probably like what 50, 60 songs. I don't want to say that much. Well, actually, maybe there may be. I may have heard about 50 songs by Dream Theater. So top 5 is really, really good solos wise. Really enjoyed this solo by Rudess. And Petrucci's solo also was over the top, super fast, super aggressive, super technical. Really, really loved his guitar solo as well. And that instrumental section by Mayung in the beginning was absolutely, well, not in the beginning, but in the beginning of the instrumental section was amazing. I really, really loved all the band members. Every single one of the band members had a chance to shine in this song, which is what I really loved. Portnoy and Mayung definitely sounded really good together. I rarely hear that when they do that kind of stuff, and so I really appreciate it when they do it. So Portnoy had a chance to shine. I also want to talk about towards the end of the song, Portnoy was actually doing backup vocals, which sounded really good with LaBrie's vocals. I thought there was a really good sort of like system they had going on there. Really liked that. So overall, musically, this song was absolutely amazing. Lyrically, though, I'm having a kind of difficult time deciphering it. So I guess we'll go back up to the description. Okay. So I'm not seeing anything on this for interpretation, so we're going to have to go in and do it ourselves, I guess. It says, tunnel vision at blinding speed, controlling my thoughts, obsessing me, void of any uncertainty throughout my very soul. So, when it says tunnel vision at blinding speed, maybe this person is thinking about things or stressing or constantly worrying at a very, very high pace, and maybe he has a bunch of thoughts going through his head, and he is feeling a lot of unrest inside of him. It says, lost illusions of my control, resisting all hope of letting go. Racing impulse of dark desire drives me through the night. So let's take this a couple lines at a time. Lost illusion of my control. So he thinks that he was in control of a situation, but it turns out he wasn't, even though he thought that he was. Resisting all hope of letting... I don't really know what this could mean. What exactly is he trying to let go of? I guess that's the big question. Racing impulse of dark desire. Maybe he's having some... maybe he's like... been tempted to like lash out at people. I don't really know. Then there's another line that says, I try to shut it down. It leaves me in the dust. No matter what I've found, I can never get enough. So perhaps this song is... hold on. Okay. Frantic actions of insanity, impulsive laced profanity, long for elusive serenity, way out of my control. So he is going through a very difficult time mentally. He's going through a very dark period, it seems like, and he's trying to break out of that. From what I see, I thought this song was about astral projection or something because of the chorus, but it's not. Traveling through both space and time, out of body, out of mind, out of control, my wheels in constant motion. So yeah, this is one that you guys are gonna have to help me on because I'm having a pretty difficult time comprehending this one. The best I can get out of it is he's having some pretty dark urges, and he's trying to he realizes that they are wrong, and he's trying to break out of them. Is what basically what I'm getting out of this song. If that's correct, then great. If it's not, correct me in the comments section. That's all I could say. So next is going to be called The Dark Eternal Night, and I think it's the longest song aside from Repentance. I don't remember Repentance being that long. I thought it was like only 6 minutes, but apparently not. Um, so now we're going to check out The Dark Eternal Night. Overall, I would say that Constant Motion was, I would say, a 5 out of 5. That was a really, really good song. Really, really happy with it. Let's see what Dark Eternal Night's about. I was hoping this would have been like sort of a concept story about the first song I heard, Forsaken, because that was a pretty cool story. I wish they would have done like sort of more to that. That was pretty cool. It says, "Dang, how many videos do they have?" Okay, no, it's a video that people wanted me to check out. In the video, Chaos of Progress, John Petrucci simply stated the song is about a monster. The Dark Eternal Night is about a pharaoh who has returned after dormancy as a monster to haunt a town. The lyrics are heavily inspired by the short story, I'm not even going to bother pronouncing that, by American horror fiction writer H.P. Lovecraft, even borrowing a lot of specific phrases from the story. Okay, so I have never heard this song. I've never read this story, so I don't really know what it's about. So I guess we'll find out as we go along. Without further ado, let's check out The Dark Eternal Night.
drifting beyond all time, out of the churning sky, drawn to the beckoning light of the dark eternal night, trapped in a hellish dream, spinning past worlds unseen, and frightfully vanishing into the dark eternal night.
This is a pretty good instrumental section. Yes, I love the weird, wacky stuff. Give me more of that. Ooh, yes! Oh my god. Reminds me of In the Name of God right here.
Drifting beyond all time, out of the churning sky, drawn to the beckoning light of the dark eternal night, trapped in a hellish dream, spinning past worlds unseen, and frightfully vanishing into the dark eternal night.
Yes. guys can't keep doing this to me. You guys can't keep teasing me with stuff like that. Okay, don't get into a really, really freaking good jam and then just fade out. Come on, like seriously. Ugh, it was so good. They could have went to another solo at the end right there. It would have been amazing. Holy crap. Okay, so I have some very good things to say about this song and a couple of negative things to say about this song. Let's start with the negative first, since they're just like a little bit of stuff. So what the main thing that I did not like about this song was during the verses. I liked Mike Portnoy's vocals. I wish he did that more often. However, I did not like the amount of gain and distortion that was on his voice. It was very distracting. It was peaking, and it took me out of the song. I ended up trying. It ended up bringing more attention to him than did the rest of the song. Instead of, I guess, adding to the song, he ended up. I don't know. I just think that like the distortion and gain was way too high on his voice. If they would have done a little bit of it, that would have been fine. But I think the level was just way too high. That's really the only complaint I have about this song, and it sucks that it like happened during both of the verses, and so I was just like waiting for the verses to be over, since I didn't really like that section where the gain and distortion was way too high on the vocals. But other than that, the song was absolutely amazing. This song, it's in competition for the favorite for sure. There was so many amazing riffs and just like crazy sections, crazy over the top sections in this song. Really, really, really enjoyed this song. I enjoyed the subject matter too, sort of an undead pharaoh coming back to take back his throne and stuff. That was a pretty cool, I guess, meaning behind it, or that rather story behind it. Really enjoyed that. I think that where this song shines, though, is definitely in the instrumental sections, especially at the end and like in the middle, where all the instruments are doing a bunch of crazy different types of solos. Really, really enjoyed this song. I'm definitely going to be listening to it again in the future. It's just like I said, the only thing I don't like about this song is when Mike Portnoy is singing. Unfortunately, it had the potential to be really good if he would have just either toned down that stuff or not put it on at all. I think it would have turned out a lot better, in my opinion. So that's really the only negative thing that I have to say about the song. So with that, it's going to be a 4.5. It was really good. That's really the only thing that I think stops it from being perfect. So with that out of the way, we're going to be checking out Repentance. And yeah, there's not really much else to say. This is the fourth song in the 12-step suite. This is, I believe, the least favorite of mine when it comes to the 12-step suite. So unfortunately, we're not going to be ending with that great of a song. However, I'm going to be talking about the links that I didn't make. See, back when I first made the 12-step suite, I was new to Dream Theater, okay? I had really only listened to each song, apart from The Glass Prison, maybe 2 or 3 times. And as a result, I didn't really understand all the connections between the songs. Now, a much more seasoned Dream Theater listener, I understand like all the nuances that were in the songs. I may not understand all of them, but I definitely understand a lot of them. And so I'll definitely have a lot better, I guess, analysis of this song when it comes to the rest of the 12-step suite than I would have had before. And I used to think the Shattered Fortress was my least favorite, but the more I listen to it and the more I understand the connections between it, between that song and the previous ones, I'm loving the song. But this isn't about the Shattered Fortress. This is about Repentance. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. Of course, you got the guitar riff from, I believe it's This Dying Soul.
sorrow now absorbs me as the pen begins to trace my darkest past. Signs throughout my life that should have warned me of all the wrongs I've done for which I must repent. I once thought it better to regret things that I have done and haven't. Sometimes you've got to be wrong, learn the hard way. Sometimes you've got to be strong when you think it's too late. Staring at the finished page before me, all the damage now so clear and evident. Thinking about the dreaded task in store for me, a bit of fear at the thought of my amends. Hoping that the step will help restore me to face my past and ask for forgiveness. Cleaning up my dirty side of this unswept street. Could this be the beginning of the end? I once thought it better to regret things that I have done and haven't. Sometimes you've got to be wrong, learn the hard way. Just when you're through hanging on, you're saved.
Until that moment, I never felt like I'd failed at anything. And I felt like I failed her, I failed myself, and I failed my children.
I want to thank you for helping me to see
It's
my own
still
selfishness.
really hard
To tell
to
you how
deal with.
regretful I am. It has hurt you. I'm sorry for losing you in the hospital.
I'm here to confess to you that what I did.
Oh, I'm sorry that I became your fool. I don't know if I was selfish or I just was too scared to face it. I really regret not being able to see it.
One of my best friends is the godfather of my daughter. He asked me to sing or play something at his wedding. I turned it down because I was busy and I guess chicken shit to do it. And I kind of feel sorry for that. He's a very, very close friend of mine.
So I wanted to apologise to anyone that I've upset or
unfortunately,
I was a different
I
person.
tend to express it as a fact.
I'm so sorry.
It was kind of arrogant.
I wish it wouldn't have happened. It did. I'm just so sorry.
It still was.
If we are painstaking about this phase of our development, we will be amazed before we are halfway through. We are going to know a new freedom and a new happiness. We will not regret the past or wish to shut the door on it. We will comprehend the word serenity and being at no peace. No matter how far down the scale we have gone, we will see how our experience can benefit others. That feeling of uselessness and self-pity will disappear. We will lose interest in selfish things and gain interest in our fellows. Self-seeking will slip away. Our whole attitude and outlook upon life will change. Fear of evil and economic insecurity will be less. We will intuitively know how to handle situations that used to baffle us. We will suddenly realize that God is doing for us what we could not do for ourselves. Are these extravagant promises? They are being fulfilled amongst us, sometimes quickly, sometimes slowly. They will always materialize in perfect form.
You're only as sick as your secrets, but the truth shall set you free.
The truth is the truth. That's all you can do is live with it.
There you guys have it. It knows me too well. It knows me too well. It started to play the Shattered Fortress. YouTube knows me too well. There you guys have it. That was Repentance, and I really like the main shining point in this song to me is all the different sort of confessions that everybody. I don't know if they were like taken from movies, but I know that Corey Taylor's I think was sent directly to Dream Theater, and the others could have been as well. But I'm really like all the confessions in this song from people that have gone through past experiences that sort of explain why they became alcoholics and that kind of stuff. Really, really enjoy that section. It's definitely a more heartfelt section. And the guitar solo in this song is really emotional. Really just puts you like, I guess, it makes you feel the emotions that these people are going through, and that's what I like about it. Overall, definitely not my favorite song on the album. Definitely not my favorite song in the 12-Step Suite, but it's an okay song. There's definitely a lot more that I like more, and there's some that I like less than this. However, it's on the lower end of Dream Theater songs that I listen to. With that being said, it's the subject matter itself is a very heartfelt one, especially if you've had to go through something like this or you know someone who did. I fortunately have never had to deal with alcoholism or really deal with anybody who has, but I know that a lot of you may have. A lot of you may have even went through the 12-step program. A lot of you may have had loved ones that have went through something like this, and so therefore it's a very important song in terms of that. So I'm not saying it's not important. I'm just saying it's not my favorite. With that being said, I realized halfway through the Dark Eternal Night that my microphone was up, and I don't know how long it was up, but I know that when it's up, it's muted. You guys can't hear me. So therefore, I need to reiterate some things that I said with Constant Motion and a little bit in the beginning of the Dark Eternal Night, simply because I don't know if you guys heard me. If not, you could just skip forward until the sort of review section of this video. So one thing that I really like about Constant Motion was the amount of thrashiness that it had to it. It would definitely surprise me, and it put a lot of train of thought to shame. I really enjoyed the aggressive and fast riffs that it had, and it definitely reminded me a lot of something like the Black Album from, not the Black Album, but Blackened by Metallica. For some reason, just it didn't structurally feel like it, but for just some reason, I kept getting reminded of Blackened by Metallica, which is a very good feeling because I love Blackened. It's an awesome song. I really loved the instrumental section. Every single instrument had the chance to shine. Mayung and Portnoy definitely sounded really good together. They sort of fed off of each other in this really technical and awesome way. And then, of course, you have Petrucci with his absolutely amazing guitar solo. And then Rudess, I don't know if you guys heard me say this, but that solo is in the top 5 solos I have heard by him. And I've heard a lot. I think I've said I've heard close to 50 Dream Theater songs, considering all the albums that I've listened to. Maybe even more than that, because I'm not sure. I'll have to do the math exactly. But I know that it was a super over-the-top, absolutely crazy solo by Rudess, which I absolutely loved to death. Constant Motion is definitely the favorite of the 4 songs that I've heard so far. I would say, here's the order so far. You got Constant Motion, The Dark Eternal Night, Forsaken, Repentance. And that's not to say that Forsaken is a bad song. I love that song. The problem is The Dark Eternal Night and Constant Motion are just like that awesome. So I hate saying it's like second to last, but it's because there's so many amazing songs that I've heard. Those 3 songs are definitely the favorites so far. Forsaken definitely had a really cool music video. And as soon as I'm done with this, I'm going to get my buddy Mike to check it out. I think he's going to love it. But yeah, so that's what I thought about Constant Motion. Absolutely amazing song. Really enjoyed it. Definitely the favorite. I would rate it an absolute 5. And then The Dark Eternal Night, I kind of just went over what the song was about in the beginning. So you guys didn't really miss much there, aside from me saying that I didn't really care for the gain and distortion that was on the vocals at the beginning. That's really the only complaint I have about this song. Those are the 2 points I wanted to reiterate in case you didn't hear them, because my mic was muted. I don't remember if it was muted when I was talking or not, because I had forgotten about it. So I just figured I would sort of quickly go over the points that I went over in case it was muted and I looked like a dumbass. So hopefully that's not the case. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's get into the sort of review section of this. I guess we're almost at an hour. Holy crap! So I really enjoy this record so far. There's a very diverse sound. You have sort of the nice somber sound that Repentance offers. I haven't heard In the Presence of Enemies, obviously. But I imagine that one's obvious. I imagine that one's a prog masterpiece, which we're definitely going to find out at the end. Constant Motion was definitely a more thrashy one. And then you have Dark Eternal Night, which was sort of a darker atmosphere type of one that had a wide variety of styles in it. And then, of course, you have Forsaken, which is the sort of mainstream hit that everybody, that was sort of targeted at everybody, which I absolutely loved. It was an awesome song. So yeah, overall, super impressed with this record, and I hate to say this, but I'm liking this record more than Octavarium at this point. And it's not to say that Octavarium is a bad record. It's just it didn't resonate with me all that much. I know that a lot of people love it. I'm not saying it's a bad album. It didn't resonate with me all that much. There was definitely some shining songs in it that I really loved, though. The middle songs are kind of here nor there, though. Definitely where it shined was the song itself, Octavarium, and then The Root of All Evil is obviously awesome, and a couple others. So, with that out of the way, I'm going to throw it in your guys' court. What did you think of the album? What do you think of my sort of review on it? Do you agree with the things I say? Do you not? If you could, drop a like on the video because it helps us get noticed in the algorithm, as well as a comment telling me what your favorite song is. That would definitely be appreciated. Also, look out for the John Petrucci Wikipedia Fact or Fiction video. I'm definitely going to be recording it after this. And yeah, without further ado, guys, this has been Christ. We will see you next time.